Right, there we go. Mark A up until D. Come on. No. Any questions? Can I skip? Yeah. 2 marks. For each X value, you get a mark. Right, can I skip? Jy sê nou, maar jy het nog nie se potlood in jou hand nie. Kom my kind. Hierdie was al gister op die bord. Ja.
Like if you were just to write x equals minus 2, you use the mark that you're supposed to give.
Did you not write x equals 8?
I wrote it. I got it. Just like wrote x equals minus 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, can I skip? Okay, there's E, F, and then 2A and B. Quickly mark. Why?
Ma'am, can you please explain? Oh no, B, ma'am.
Yeah.
2B, ma'am.
No. Which one?
2B, ma'am.
B. Okay, right. So, step 1 is everything to the one side equal to 0. That was already done. Step 2 is to factorize. Now, all I can do here to factorize that part is take out a common factor of 2x. Okay? So, here I show that I'm taking that out as a common factor. The first term, 2x squared, what would be left there? X. Because 2x times x gives me the 2x squared. In the second term, I had minus 4x. So if I divide that by 2x, I get minus 2.
Ma'am, wait. Isn't it going to be minus 2x?
Think of it like this. Remember we said earlier on 2x squared minus 4x. When we take out a common factor, it's the same as putting each one of those over that common factor. Now, so here you'll see the 2's cancel out. That one cancels out with us. So that's why there's only x left there. And over here, the x's cancels out. And 2 goes in once, 2 goes in twice. So that's why I have minus 2 over there. Right. Any other questions here? Can I skip? Right. There's C, D, and E. D was difference in 2 squares. Is that what you were asking now?
I'm asking if you
Number what?
C.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah. Yeah, you said x squared is equal to 121. Okay. Yeah, we did talk about this. X squared is 121. So x would then be square root of 121. And square root, because it's an even number, the answer will either be plus or minus.
Is it right or wrong?
Did you have the plus minus? Because that's a mark, and then the 11 is a mark.
Is it right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Anyone else? Must I explain? Okay. D, people, is difference in two squares. No? What do we need for difference? Okay, so step 1, it was already on the one side equal to 0. Step 2 is factorize. That's where the difference in two squares comes from. Remember, we only have 3 methods that we use to factorize. Method 1 was common factor. There wasn't anything common that I could take out from these two. Oh, from these two. No, there wasn't a common factor. Okay, then, so I can't use that. Trinomial, we need 3 terms. And how many terms do we have here? 2. So trinomial is also not going to work. So the only option left is difference in two squares. Now, what do we need for difference in two squares? We've got to have 2 terms. There must be a minus in between, and I must be able to get square root of each. And then I know it will be 2 brackets that look exactly the same. The one will just have a plus, and the one will have a minus. And then I get square root of 4x squared, and that gave me 2x. And then square root of 9 is 3. Okay. Is that the part that you were struggling with? Okay. And then from there on, we just make each bracket equal to 0. Do I have to go through that? Okay. So if I take this bracket, you'll see I make it equal to 0. So all I do next is I take the plus 3 over, and that's why it becomes minus 3. And now I want to get rid of this coefficient, so I take that over, and it becomes divided by 2. Okay, yeah.
Ma'am, they like D, ma'am. I did the steps double, ma'am, but I got the same answer.
Was your 2 brackets just the other way around?
No, ma'am.
What did you do?
After, like the first step, ma'am, I would 4 bracket x squared plus, I think 9 over 4, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Okay, then is it fine like that?
Yeah. Okay, can I skip? Right, there we go. There's F and G. Yes, hold on.
Maybe I don't factorize it, I still get the answer right.
Yeah.
Because I don't factorize them, I just take it. Normal numbers to the other side, then I do that.
At some of them that will work. But then let's say it's a trinomial. Then you will have to go and factorize. Yeah.
I know when it's a trinomial.
Okay. Right. Can I skip? Can I quickly explain? Okay. So the first one, 18x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. So what I did is I took out a common factor of 2. No? Then I got 9x squared minus 1. Okay? Now, this bracket, the 9x squared minus 1, is difference in two squares. So you'll see that I have 2 brackets that look exactly the same. The one just has a plus and the other one has a minus. No? And then square root, let me just take this away. Square root of this 9x squared will give me 3x. And square root of 1 will give me 1. You guys good?
Yes.
Okay, and then from there, that little 2 in front, does that influence anything at my answer? No, because 2 times 0 is still going to give me 0. No, so don't worry about that too. All you've got to do is make each bracket equal to 0. So there I made the first bracket equal to 0. Then I want to take that 1 over, so that will then become minus 1. Now I want to get rid of this coefficient. So if I take that over, it becomes divided by 3. So minus 1 over 3. And the right-hand side is basically the same. It's just this minus will become a positive 1. And then we still divide by 3. So your answer will be a positive third. You guys good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, over here, I had one. I don't know if you guys maybe also did that. Did you take out a common factor of 3? Huh? Did anyone do that? Okay. Or maybe you did it, I'm assuming, because even I did it like this, you could have said 3x squared is equal to a positive third. Then I get rid of that 3. So I take it over, eh? And it becomes divided by 3. So then x squared will be 1 over 9. No? Okay, now x will be square root of 1 over 9. But that will have to be plus or minus 1 over 3. Okay, so either the blue or the orange. Okay. But you must remember the plus minus thing. Can I skip? You're still copying?
I'm copying this tape.
Okay, tell me when you're done. Uh-uh. Are you done? Right, there's H and then 3A and B. I'm assuming I might have to explain, but first copy. Yeah, man. You guys done? Hands up who's still copying? No one. Okay, dat ek net iets skryf. Room. New hole. Play. Okay. Right. Any questions at 8? Yeah. Yeah, but wait. 8? Yes, that's also good. Okay, then 3A he asked for. Now, I'm going to take these away. Okay, so x squared minus 5x minus 6. Obviously, people, that's a trinomial, right? Then, because of that minus, I knew that my brackets would be plus minus. So x plus, x minus. Any questions there? Now, to decide what will be written after that, I must look at factors of 6. So that will be 6 times 1 or 3 times 2. And I've got to use those to get minus 5. No? Okay, so I'm going to say, I can say minus 6 plus 1. That's where I get this minus 6 plus 1 from. Does that make sense? Hoekom sien julle nie my highlights nie? Now you see it. The minus 6 plus 1. Okay, now, there was an option that would also work. If I said minus 3, minus 2, I'd also get minus 5. No, but then my signs are wrong because I must have a plus and a minus. You guys fine with that? So don't get caught there. So that's why that one won't work. Do you guys want me to do B as well? Wat het ek nou gedoen? Yeah. Okay, so at B, Because of that plus, I knew that both my brackets would be x plus, or x minus, x minus. How do I decide? I look at that sign. And because that's a negative, I know it will be x minus, x minus.
Ma'am, why don't you look at that one?
Which one?
This plus 36. Ma'am.
We did. That plus tells me that it will be the same signs. But it can either be plus plus or minus minus. So how do I decide? Would it be plus plus or minus minus? I look at that one. And because that's a minus, I know it will be minus minus. No.
So that's how you do it, ma'am. Even they by 3A.
Yeah, but 3A, it was a minus. And then my answer is always plus minus. Yeah, so you just got to go study your rules. Okay. Then I've got to look at factors of 36. Now that will be 36 times 1, or 6 times 6, or 3 times 12, or 4 times 9. No? Okay, I've got to use those to get minus 15. Switch off that phone, please. So, would the 36 and the 1 ever be able to get to minus 15? No. 6 and 6? That's only going to get me 12. The 3 and the 12, that can work. I can say minus 3, minus 12. And that's going to give me the minus 15. Okay. Right. So any questions further there? Can I skip? Okay. There we go. First mark. Kom. Merk.
I skip my 6,000.
Right. Anyone still copying there? Aye. Any questions at C, D, or E? Can I skip? Okay, there's F and G. Okay, let me just check something. At F and G, the only difference here is you can see that it's a trinomial, but I had a coefficient for that x squared. Can you guys see? So there's just the added step there. I first had to get rid of that coefficient, and how do I do that? I take it out as a common factor. No. Okay, so that's what I do in this first step. Then after that, I just got to go and factorize the trinomial. That gives me x plus 3, x minus 1. And that means that x will be minus 3 or positive 1. Say again? What? Yeah? But your signs are wrong. Okay, but have a look. If I take minus 3 plus 1, how much does it give me?
Minus 2.
And what should I get?
Positive.
That's how we test. Okay. Right, any questions at F or G? Right, quick, come on. Hallo, gaan jullie weer raas? Okay, dankie. Right, can I skip people? Kom. Right, there's H. Okay, now, I'm definitely going to have to explain here. So at H, remember we first want everything to the one side and have it equal to 0. So you'll see that this minus 48 I took over and it became plus 48. So now I have everything equal to 0. Once I get there, step 2 is factorize. But you guys will see this is a trinomial, yes, but there's a coefficient in front of that x squared. So I want to get rid of that. How do we do that? I take out a common factor of 4. So if I take out a common factor of 4, I will have left x squared plus 8x minus 12. Now that trinomial, I've got to go and factorize. So because that is a positive, I will either have x plus or x minus. How do we decide? That sign tells me that they will both be x plus. But now I need factors of 12, and those are listed here. 12 times 1, or 6 times 2, or 4 times 3. Which one of those would give me positive 8? And you will see that these two would. Nice? So plus 6, plus 2. And then from there, if I make this bracket equal to 0, x will be minus 6. If I make this bracket equal to 0, x will be minus 2. Any questions? Right. Then, sorry? 3, I know. Now I want you to quickly look at y, 4a. Okay, so this you guys have got to write down somewhere. So x plus 2 squared plus x plus 2. Okay, step 1 is usually take everything to the one side and make it equal to 0. Is that already done for us? Yes. Okay, what is step 2 then? Step 2 is factorize. No. Okay. Now we've only got 3 methods to factorize. Trinomial, difference in two squares, or common factor. Which one will I choose here? Common factor. Because what's the same for both? That bracket of x plus 2. Just quickly want to show you guys, there's actually a 1 written in front. If there's nothing, we assume it's a 1. We don't always write the 1, but technically it's there. No. Okay, so you guys saw that what's the same? X plus 2. So that is what I'll take out as a common factor. Okay, now start a new bracket and show what's left in each term. Now, in this term, that's actually x plus 2 times x plus 2. So if I took one of those x plus 2's, what would be left? X plus 2. Good. So I will have x plus 2. Okay, let's look at our second term. If I take out x plus 2, what's left? Not nothing. Plus 1. Do you guys see that? Okay, so plus 1. Does everyone understand that part? Okay, now I've got to simplify this last bit. So it will be x plus 2, and that will become x plus 3. Okay, so if I make this first bracket equal to 0, how much would x be? X will be minus 2, or, and the second bracket, x will be minus 3. Okay, yeah. Yes. Can I skip? You're still copying, okay? Hoor ek klink ek in se bos? Ek klaar. Right. Okay, people, let's try and do B together. This is now B. Okay, what is our first step? Take everything to the left. Okay, so x minus 1, and because of that square, I'm going to write it out twice. Okay, let's take the x over, so it becomes minus x. Take the 5 over, so it becomes minus 5. Okay, any questions up until there? Okay, now, what's step 2 again? Factorize. Can I get a common factor here? No. Could it be difference in 2 squares? No, because I've got more than 2 terms. Can it be trinomial? Not yet, no. As it looks there. Not yet. No. So, when you can't use either one of the 3 methods to factorize, then it could be that I first got to go and simplify. And how would I simplify here? You said it just now. I'm going to do FOIL. No. Okay, so people, you're going to do it quickly on your own. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Do FOIL. And once we've done FOIL, is there maybe like terms that can add or subtract? Quickly have a look. Quick, quick, quick. You guys done?
You can skip.
You're still busy? Right, so I know. X times x, x squared. X times minus 1, minus 1x. And minus 1 times x, minus 1x. Minus 1 times minus 1, positive 1. 1 times 1. Not 1 minus 1.
1 plus 1.
I say 1 plus
1 times 1.
Right. Okay. So that's now if we got rid of the brackets.
Okay.
Let's see for like terms. X squared stays just like that. Then I've got minus x, minus x, minus x. So that will give me minus 3x. Then we have plus 1 minus 5. That will give me minus 4. Good. And now do you see it looks like a normal trinomial? Okay, so from here I want you guys to go and factorize and then get what x will be. Go. Yeah.
So you make me. I got arguments. It's yours. I pick it down on the floor.
I
It's down on the floor. I pick it up. Yeah, bro.
you guys done?
What did you tell you back here? Sticks. Sticks is not with me. Sticks. You stole it. I didn't steal it. It's still lying.
Can I do? Right, so because that's a negative, I know it will be x plus and x minus. Good. Right, now factors of 4 will be 4 times 1 or 2 times 2. I've got to use those to get minus 3. So I will say minus 4 plus, kom, plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1, which means that x will be minus 1 or x will be 4. Who got that? Good. Great. Okay, now we still need to finish marking those, the next exercise, 17.5. Okay, there we go. There's A and B. Quickly mark.
Nine. Then you can skip. It was easy.
Can I skip people? Next one, yeah. Can I skip people? Right? So there weren't any questions at 1. Okay? Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not going to teach it. Guys, since was a school.
Can I skip? Okay. Right. You guys don't have any homework? You may go.